Hello, this is Lance with Optio. Here I'm going to demonstrate our inventory counter tool. This is a very innovative tool and that allows you to count much faster and with much less chance of error than any other way. Perhaps the most innovative part of it is that for every barcode you scan, you get an audible tone alerting you whether or not the item matched, that the barcode was matched to an item in your database or if it was not. Let me demonstrate. So to start, you pick what location you're in. Here we have 3 locations for demonstration purposes. I'm at our Tempe location. You can also pick a station. That allows multiple people to count, to split up the count and then combine their counts at the end before reconciliation, or to just count different parts of your inventory and not interfere with one another. So here I'm going to select station 4, and I'm going to start barcode scanning. I noticed, for one, how fast it was scanning. The page refresh is pretty much non-existent, and you can scan just about as fast as you can go. So each tone you got there was 2 tones. The first tone was just the barcode scanner itself, indicating that it scanned something, but that doesn't tell you if it was matched to an item in your system. That's what the second tone, the bell sound, was for, and you can see every item that scanned matched an item in my inventory. It shows the system ID, what barcode was scanned, and shows the description. It also keeps a chronological order, which is handy in the event that you get interrupted and you need to see where your place was. So that's a pretty convenient part too. Now let me scan a barcode that will not be matched to an item in our system, and you'll hear a different sound. So clearly a different sound that tells you right away that you scanned, the item that you scanned is not matched to anything. And it's much easier if you deal with an error like that right away. Sometimes the barcode reader just misscans a barcode, and if you scan the same item again, it will read it correctly and be matched. Sometimes there's a UPC code that's just not in your system, and you want to go get that in your system and then proceed. Once in a while, there's multiple barcodes on an item packaging. Maybe there's a serial number, and you scan the wrong barcode, and you can just move on from there. Unmatched barcodes, you really don't need to do anything with them. They will be ignored at the time that you reconcile. So now, once you do finish your counting, you are going to, on the top part, select your store and the location, the station you're using, and the category. In this case, is the brand called Hyper Ice. Then submit, and here I get a results screen. The only items that are shown are the ones where there is a discrepancy. Anything that's perfectly matched is ignored, and ultimately those will not get reported back to your Lightspeed account. So the first line is in red because it was a shortage. I just counted 7, but I was expecting 19 for a undercount of 12. The second line is in green because I had an overage. I counted 4, but was expecting 2. Down here, you get a summary, the total difference of -10 and a value change of minus $2,440. When you're ready to send those results to Lightspeed, you need to get the count ID, and you get that from the URL. If I look over here at the URL, I can see it says ID equals 907. You do need to have a blank count created in Lightspeed, so you have a destination where you're going to send these corrections. I also need to grab the name field and just copy that to my clipboard and put those details in here, 907, and let me paste in. The reason for the double check there is just make sure in case you mistyped the ID number, it doesn't send it to the wrong inventory count. And let me put in my name, and let me click the import corrections button, and it'll send the corrections to Lightspeed. It did that pretty quick because there was only 2 items to write. And then I have a button that's going to link me to that inventory count with those corrections. And here you can see the counts that I achieved. Nothing's been finalized yet in Lightspeed. So now we're just in our normal Lightspeed inventory count flow. I click on the Reconcile tab, and now I can see the corrections that will be made. In the top line, I'm going to have an adjustment of -12, and the other one, 2. Since this is just a demonstration, I don't really want to affect my inventory, so I'm not going to click the Reconcile button, but that would be the final step. If you're comfortable that everything looks right, click that and you will be done. And hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching.